What's up, guys? It's your girl Scarlo. So I am obviously in my car because I am out of town, but I wanted to make a video because I thought it was only fair to talk about Angry Joe's response to what happened. And I already made a video about the young lady's statement, so he put out a statement, and I just wanted to mention that and give my take on it. So I'm going to be reading it off my phone, but this is what his statement says. It has come to my attention that someone I met at a public event more than 2 years ago, and I have had no contact with since, is now suddenly leveling allegations against me on social media. I want to be absolutely clear, these allegations are not true, and anyone who looks at the facts can plainly see that. I have no idea why this person has decided to do this at this time, but the fact that a defamatory smear posted on the internet can ruin lives these days compels me to make this statement. Here are the facts. The person approached me and my colleagues at a Twitch party, introducing herself as a fellow content creator who was interested in hanging out and networking. We exchanged Twitter handles. She then DM'd me that same night at 2:16 a.m. asking to see me again. I agreed and invited her to my public panel the next day, then to a YouTube dinner meeting with account managers afterwards. She showed up to my panel with a male friend who was more than welcome to join us at any point throughout the rest of the day or night after the panel concluded. After my panel, we met up with my friend other Joe, and we all traveled together to the hotel where she chose to wait while I showered and got ready for the dinner. At no point did anything improper happen. I never offered or suggested sex. At the meeting, I helped her network her channels with YouTube partner managers. After the dinner, my friends and I attended another party in a public place. She tagged along. At the party, she checked her bag and belongings. At no point did I ever take her phone or purse or deny her access to them. In fact, she posted photos to her Twitter of her with other people throughout the night. I never grabbed, dragged, pushed, pulled, cornered, or spun her in any direction as she claims. I did not make her stay by my side at all times as she claims. We mingled at the party separately much of the time. All of these facts can be confirmed by numerous people who were there that evening, and her own account confirms these events. In her post, she claims that she believed that I was pressuring her for sex. This is completely untrue. I never suggested sex. I never spoke about sex. I never touched her inappropriately. She's a grown-up, and we were out in public, and she could have left at any time. I was just trying to help someone who had expressed interest in the industry and my show. I never imagined that this could be a bad thing. Sexual assault is an alarming accusation and should always be taken seriously. If I or anyone had committed an offense, then it should be reported to the police and investigated thoroughly. I urge this person to do that if she believes an offense occurred so I can clear my name. However, instead of affording me due process, she decided to post false claims out of the blue more than 2 years later. The consequence is damage to not only my reputation, career, and brand, but also those whom I employ, my friends, and my family. All because many people don't bother to examine the facts, only the salacious headline. This is now a serious legal matter. On the advice of my attorneys, all my future statements about this will be through the legal process. My lawyers are sending this person a cease and desist letter. Of course, she is free to express her opinion about me all she wants. What she is not allowed to do is lie about me or defame me to the public and suggest that I am a sexual predator when I am not. If her defamation continues, I will be forced to take further legal action. I have been in the public eye for 12 years now, and all of this frustrates me so much because fabricated and embellished stories like hers do a disservice to victims of sexual harassment and abuse. I want to thank those who resisted the temptation to rush to judgment and took the time to look at the facts. Thank you for your support. So my first thing is, this was very professionally written. This was very clean. This was not a nasty statement. He didn't drag her name through the dirt. He didn't put her out there to be a horrible person. He posted his facts out there. They were in the same places together. They did hang out together. What caught me was that he said that she went in there and checked her bag. her statement stated that somebody took her bag, which is why I questioned, how do you allow somebody to take your bag and your phone and you don't know who they are? He's saying she checked it in. I would assume it's like a code checkout type of situation. Based on what he said, I mean, he is willing to put it all out there and told her, if you feel that I did something, it should have been reported to the police. Please do so. Like, he's willing to do whatever is necessary to clear his name. Like I said before, I'm not here to bash her or drag her. I'm not here to bash him or drag him. At the end of the day, I feel like both parties, could have played things a little differently. I think she should have been upfront and said she had a man, because I really do honestly believe that if she would have disclosed that, it wouldn't have gotten as far as it did. He wouldn't have been so comfortable to have you around his execs and managers and things like that, when these were meetings that, again, she wasn't even supposed to be sitting at. These were his meetings, and he was just trying to show her the ropes, I guess. We can only go off of what we have read and what we know. And clearly, it wasn't multiple sources that were out there saying, well, I saw her at a party and I saw this, I saw that. This was her statement that she put out there. So we're going off of the source. We're going off of what she stated. So, I mean, I just see a couple of things, some things just look a little smoky on her end. And honestly, I have to go. I'm pushed towards going to Joe's side on this, because again, she had ample opportunities to leave, to say she had a man, to not accompany him to these places, and she allowed these things to happen, and it wasn't forced. So unfortunately, at this point, it is what it is. It's unfortunate that I have to go through this legal route, but my advice is to the young lady, take this as a lesson learned. When you go to these events, should you go to any future events, just make sure that, you're keeping yourself around with the right people, and if you obviously have gone through this before, which is something that you stated in your statement, I would assume that this time around you would have caught a few of the familiar situations. If not, and you say that you didn't understand what was going on, then I would take this as a lesson learned. And if you get around a certain situation again, you obviously know the red signs to get away. But I say, put your cards all out there, especially when it comes to a man who is inviting you out to dinner and supposedly or allegedly, flirting. Let the man be known, like, okay, you know what, you're cool and everything, but I just want to let you know I have a man, so let's just be a little respectful, or a lot respectful, depending on the situation. And, my advice to him is, Joe, if, you find yourself in the same situation or a similar situation, if the girl doesn't look like she's for it and she's not getting as close to you as you're trying to get close to her, fall back and see where she's at. If she doesn't follow your lead, then, on to the next, or just keep it cordial, or keep it business and keep it moving, at the end of the day, I feel like both of them can take away from the situation. And I do hope, and I hope that justice is served either way this goes. Like, whoever's wrong or right, at the end of the day, I hope that justice is served. I hope both of them can move forward without things being nasty. And I wish them both the best of luck. So leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your thoughts are. In my opinion, I just think that, it was just a little shady, and things could have been avoided long before it got to the point where it got. So anyway, let me know what you think. Leave a comment below. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel, hit like and share. Toodles.